Hey everyone, when it comes to phones, Sony really dances to the beat of their own drums, and their latest release is no different. The Xperia 5 Mark II is every bit the flagship of its bigger brother, the Xperia 1 Mark II. But aside from a smaller form factor, what exactly will you be getting here? I'm Angie for GS Marina, and these are the key features of the Xperia 5 Mark II. Like every other Xperia in recent years, the new Xperia 5 is very slim, and its screen features the unique 21:9 form factor. Since it's a smaller device, it's easier to use one-handed than the larger Xperia 1 Mark II, and it's also easily pocketable. Unlike the previous generation, however, the corners are more rounded, which might disappoint fans of Sony's classic boxy aesthetic. The back is the same reflective black as the previous generation, and while it's a very useful mirror in a pinch, it's also a bit prone to fingerprints. I'm glad to see the power button and the fingerprint sensor are now integrated into one single key. Sitting right next to it is a first for Sony, a dedicated Google Assistant button. More importantly, the phone has Gorilla Glass 6 on both sides and an aluminum frame. It's also IP68 dust and water resistant. The skinny screen is a 6.1-inch AMOLED panel. There's no notch, and the front camera is in the bezel at the top. It might not be 4K like the Xperia 1 Mark II in resolution, but the Xperia 5 Mark II has a trump card of its own, a 120Hz refresh rate. As far as sound is concerned, this phone has everything you might want. Yeah, that's right, it has a headphone jack. It also has a set of front-facing stereo speakers. You can choose to use its dynamic vibration system, which will make it feel as though you're getting stronger bass than in reality. In case you prefer wireless headphones, the phone supports Bluetooth 5.1, so you get excellent Bluetooth connectivity. The phone comes with a 5G-capable Snapdragon 865 and 8GB of RAM. This flagship chipset should be able to handle everything you throw at it, although it'll be interesting to see if there are any thermal throttling issues here like with the Xperia 5 from last year. At least, unlike last year, the new Xperia 5 has a 4000 mAh battery, which to our surprise is the same as the larger 1 Mark II. With the smaller screen size, we're expecting better endurance than its bigger sibling. And once you get the phone down to 0%, Sony is promising a 50% charge in half an hour thanks to Quick Charge 3.0. As far as software is concerned, the phone has Android 10 and Sony is planning to release an upgrade to Android 11 in the near future. As a whole, their UI seems almost like stock Android, aside from a few Sony apps. Most notable from those are the 3 camera apps, which offer you a lot of options. Speaking of the cameras, the phone has a triple camera setup on the back with a 12-megapixel main shooter, a 12-megapixel telephoto cam, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide snapper. The main camera has OIS and EAS for better video stabilization, and there's also an eye-track focus option when capturing human subjects. The camera system is the same as on the Xperia 1 Mark II. The Xperia 5 Mark II is the smaller and cheaper sibling on Sony's flagship roster, but it doesn't skimp on any of the features of its bigger brother. Its cameras are just as good, the battery is just as large, and the flagship chipset is the same. It even one-ups the Xperia 1 Mark II with a high refresh rate screen. But you know what they say about things that seem too good to be true? Well, you have to put them through their paces, and that's exactly what we intend to do here. So stay tuned everyone, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.